Hello and good day to you. Welcome. It's me, Andy, and we're going to talk about a new AI studio thing because there's a hell of a lot of them coming out of the woodwork at the moment, and this one I spotted on Facebook. So it's called Workshop.ai and it's a studio environment. So far I've been quite impressed. It is quite challenging to understand what they're on about with some of it because it has some other stuff involved within that, like the Google technology. It's like a studio, like in the same way I would say as anti-gravity or any other sort of builder where you can code using AI. Now bear in mind that this is only a Facebook page, it's not actually the actual environment, but you can get to it from here. So a link and you can click on that and it will load up the page. From there you can go in, log in and whatever else. Now there's an email address there, we can email them because I do have some questions. Okay, right, what I've done is I've loaded the page and I've logged in. There's options there. You can log in using your Google account, whatever, email address. You can do it through GitHub or any other sort of login method. I've already done a project. Well, I've done a sort of a project as a test because the free account that I'm on comes with limited use, so it is slightly difficult. I'm not going to be able to do a proper whole project, I don't think. The good thing is that when you do this programming, down the bottom, right in the bottom corner over here, it gives you the amount of credits that you've used plus the context that you've used. Now I believe it's 250 credits that you get. I might be wrong on that, but we can have a look anyway. But the credits you get on the free account, of course, it's using any of these you select. So it's using Sonnet at the moment. Probably quite expensive. You could use obviously the other ones as well, or one of the cheaper ones. I like that it's got Gemini. Now there's something to do with Gemini on this, but you get some credits for Gemini on the paid account, which I like. There's also open source ones, which are quite cheap. That's only text only, so no videos or anything like that. And open source one there, Kimi, that's quite famous. And the GLM, I believe we have had that used under ZAI. Obviously that's why there's a Z, because it's a ZAI. But it's open source. It's got a dollar sign there, so I don't know what that means, but if we have this, we can go and check here. It does say that use the AI model that powers the workshop. So obviously you can change that. Gemini, Gemini Flash Lite is the cheapest model available. Great for simple tasks. And 3.1 Pro is Google's latest, and you'll find that one is in the anti-gravity. You can also run these locally, so if you download a Workshop desktop application, you can then run your LLM on your hard drive, providing of course you've got the power. I haven't actually downloaded this, but we've already got the app on setup, which is where we were before. So I gave it a PRD, which I've already done, It analysed that and went through all the various things, and it has a clear picture, and then it started to do the creation of the HTML, CSS. We do have a project that does function, however, there's no background stuff. It gives you don't have to use anything else, so you can actually do all of this in-house, as in a dev server. So you don't need to have any other loaded. I didn't do anything with this, it just did it for me, so that's good. It's a private preview, only you can see it. Temporary URL, and obviously now it's been deactivated because that was last night. And so you can publish it. There's options there so that people can see it. And the live server. It tells you through at the end what it did. And all of this took around about, about 30 minutes to do in total. Obviously, it's nowhere near finished. There's a lot of stuff there that needs to be done. Plus, of course, there's no background, there's no back end, there's no admin, there's no login at the moment. And of course, the main feature of this application is the customer feed. And there's no customer feed there because obviously that's behind the paywall. So in the same way that you would do, you type in your messages, and you're using Sonnet at the moment. So maybe to save credits, we could change this to another model. I'm not sure which one would be good for programming. I think Kimmy's allegedly is good for programming. Not too sure. Obviously, with Sonnet, you've got the Claude brand name, and with this, you can obviously then go and pay for a paid membership to this. Now, I'm not sure where I can get to it. Let's have a look. Obviously, all the settings here for the agent, custom instructions, thinking time, skills of the agent, so you can connect other skills that it may need. You can go Postgres, SQL, and Superbase. It connects with Anthropic, which obviously is Claude. Various things there, and the front end design element skills, secrets, and I don't know what that is. I'll going to the hub, API keys and things like that. Have a look at the usage. Right, so the AI credits that we had, according to this, we've got 750. We used 127 in 30 minutes. It offers you 500 and 250. Cloud credits are available on paid plans, and they're used when the actual application is live. So we have 127 used so far. Right, so you can get yourself some free credits, and you can earn up to 1,000 per referral, which is quite good. If you do want that, I will leave a link down below. Count details who we are. So this is the plans. Increased credit for launch. You do 250 credits. Says you can publish your apps on a local link. It's Workshop, desktop, and cloud, and a 10-day storage, which I presume that if you make any applications, that the data will not be on there beyond that time. The build model, which is $20 a month, and it sounds very reasonable. You get 1,500 AI credits and 75 cloud credits, 1 gig file storage, 1 private app, unlimited public apps, and you can purchase credit packs as well. Or there's the $50 a month for 5,000, which I think $50 a month is quite reasonable if you're a heavy user. So more than likely an upgrade to that would be worth the money, I think, depending on how long, because they say that a application would take between like 500, maybe less credits to make and get running, depending on how much you complicate it. The thing about this was I didn't understand that this bit here, which is the Gemini credits, you get 1,000 credits. If you click this, then you get a whole load of information about AI credits under Gemini. Now, I just wondered whether this was transferable, because Anti-Gravity uses this model. So I'm just wondering if you can like get the credits there and take them across. But it doesn't really, I don't really understand about this, so maybe somebody can tell me. But there is a whole load of blurb, and it mentioned $250,000 in Gemini credits as well. So that's it. That's the run round, and of course, for me to be able to use this, I would definitely have to upgrade. I mean, we're already, a way down on the credit list, and the application not even halfway finished. Interesting for me to know whether this application can be downloaded and installed on other places. Because for me, the key thing that this reminds me of is Base 44, where it's all inclusive. Because I have looked at the files, and let me see if I can find the files, and we'll show you. A way to connect this to other things. Obviously, if you want to back up, then you can connect this to GitHub. The various models. And then you can add a connector to other models, if you have them. Other places as well, other databases, for example. We do have Superbase, if you have that. Database authentication, backend. So if you have all the details for that, you can put it in there. If you have that. At the moment, there's no database, but it could be, because I will probably use this one, which is the MySQL. Very good idea that you can connect this to an existing site database, so that you can access and create all of the tables and things. The AI will have that against the database as you work. Even Amazon storage, I mean, this is all very good. And there's your Gemini key, that if you have one. Interesting. I do have a Gemini key, so maybe that's got credits on my. So maybe you can go one way but not the other. In the same way that you can click on the file and it will display the contents. So the PY project. It's running Python, which is obviously the language. But there's nothing here regarding HTML, CSS, unless of course it's in a folder. And there's the index and the styles. It has quite a number of lines. This is the code, you can see. So technically you could edit this manually. You have something in there that you wanted to change. And as I say, it took around about, what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to complete. Styles, CSS. Have a look, see what it's done. Global styles. Just as a way of a quick test, I decided that after I'd done the video that I would do another little bit, and I would do a project from scratch. And this is like an AI generator, image generator, because I often have that issue when I'm doing a blog or a news story, and I use AI to scrape. So I give it a URL for a subject, and it goes off and finds the story in that genre. But because I'm using the free version of Google, it's Google Flash text only, then it doesn't do images. So in order for me to get the images, I have to go into another like ChatGPT or Grok. Again, I'm using the free versions, and of course there are limitations on that. So you then have to type in the item that you want, and it will create the image. Just seemed a lot of work. So I thought, because I've got the Google credits on here on the workshop, that I would try and do a little app. It doesn't seem to be working though. So going right back to the beginning, I've said I want to have a app with a text box and an optional URL, so they can enter a news story. What I wanted to do is process the contents and, if necessary, research the topic, and ultimately generate an image suitable for a thumbnail, and it will be appropriate to the underlying story, including a title if necessary. So it's obviously done that. I'm using Kimi as a test model. It's probably going to have to be done in Sonnet maybe, because it's not working. But the idea here is I've joined up my Gemini API from the free account, because obviously I only get a certain number of credits on there. But however, it's credits on here is 1,000 credits to be used on projects. So I'm thinking that it won't be a problem for it, because it will be taking the credits from here rather than relying on my free version of API. So it's obviously done something, created that, linked it all together, and so far so good. We've got to here, the dev server, which you can see a preview, doesn't work. So I tried it again, tried reloading it, and the idea here is going to use Gemini 3.1 Flash image preview. So it's not using my, I think it was 2.5 text Flash Quick or whatever it's called. So whether that's the issue with this, I don't know. But basically, saying, hopefully I've said dev server has stopped, because it has. It's allegedly restarted it, and it's still not working. So this is the server online preview. It's saying the server has stopped, or not available. So we will copy that. Go back in here and paste that in to there. See what it says. Interestingly, that this little app has 22 credits and 21%, so a lot less than the other. Oh, here we go. So it crashed because I used the wrong environment variable. So clearly, when it says AI makes mistakes, that was a big mistake. I'm not sure why it's done that. Let's just see what it says. The API key isn't available. Okay. Why is it not available? Code is correct. Ah, here we are. It's now done it. Okay, so it's going to test it. Okay, so it's running properly. So we have endpoints at generate. Right, so we can enter a new story. Optionally add a source URL and then click generate to create the. Okay, so now hopefully this will work because the credits that we have on here, I'm hoping that's going to work. I'm not sure. So what we need to do is find a story that we want to do. This is the Motability, so we could do this. Let's copy the URL, put that into the link source, and then give us a headline with that. So this is exactly what I want to be able to do with this app. Now, fingers crossed. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. We will see. It will either work or it won't work. If it doesn't work, then it's because it's connected to the AI free version. It's not taking the credits. Oh, well, there you go. Whoa! I am pretty much impressed with that. That's exactly what I wanted. So we can download that, if at all possible. Is it going to let me do it? Or have I got to connect that as I can do? If I can save image. Can I do that? Download image. Save that. Shall we go? Let's go and see. Open. I don't know if I needed to do that. Open. Yeah, I thought so. I'm going to open Paint Shop, which is not a huge program. Is it going to load? Yes. Oh my God. Even got the Motability logo in the image. Wow. That's bloody marvelous. I'm impressed with that. So the other thing that you can do with this is to publish. Not sure why that's not highlighted. I don't know if this button. Let's check the download button. Is wired to download the image. Let's see what it says. I don't like how this doesn't scroll down to the bottom. You have to actually do it yourself, but that's just me. Let's see what happens and see what it says. Obviously, we are on Kimmy. There we go. So it's saying it's properly wired. Right. Well, it didn't work. Okay. Server's running. Try generating and found it doesn't work. That's the problem. Interesting. We have the publish button now. So let's publish this. And giving it, it needs you can add a domain name. So that's pretty good. Anyone on the internet or only invited people. So that's a good thing. So I could in effect develop a app for everybody, and yeah, obviously it would be using my credits, so that's the trouble. You can't hide the badge because it's on paid plans, but it's worth it's actually worth doing. So let's have a look. You can't change that here. So you need to upgrade for the custom domain. Let's publish it. It does remind me of Base 44 though, with the internal publishing. Here we go. That's deploying it to the cloud. And then what we'll do is we'll take the link and load it into a window, a tab. Loading. And boom, boom, there we go. Fantastic. I mean, the URL is optional. You don't have to do that, but it does sometimes help. Now, obviously, the more detail you provide, then basically, if we go for here, get this. Now I can't read the story because there's it's obviously, there you go. It's I see we've got more story down here. Let's put that into the story. Copy that. Let's put some more in there. We do. Let's do that paragraph. Now, ideally, what I'd love this to do is do everything, but because it's free, it ain't going to do it. The free API key. But if it's worth it, then this application will be very useful. Right, let's see what happens. And let's see, let's get this. Right, generate, and then I need to go and look at the number of credits as well. Allegedly, we had 1,000 with this free version. Not sure you would get that with every sign up. See what happens. Allegedly, it said that button worked, but clearly it didn't. Right, okay. Download. Oh, there we go. It's working now. Right, so we download that. Now we could actually try regeneration, but this app, which I'm going to save it under my folder for future use. Obviously that today we've used 83 credits. No, that's not what we've used. Have we used? Yes, we have. So we have used that. Obviously with a different model. Oh no, 40 credits today with a different model. And total credits 166. It says that we've got 750. Yeah. Can't see the credits for Google thingy because I did see it somewhere. About here. Here we are. Ah, there we go. So it's used. We've done two. Yeah, we've done 2 pictures, 2 images, and it's used 19 credits. So it is actually using the credits that you've got. Wow, I am impressed. So there you go, that's the additional extra that I've done. It's created a little app, and yeah, very, very impressed.